Poke, the most well-known Hawaiian food on earth. It's Hawaii's marinated raw fish dish. We are going to take you through the whole process of how to make different kinds and break down what makes a Hawaiian style. Including the classic topping that can be found only in the islands. On our channel, we are on a journey to discover everything we can about the food and food culture of Hawaii. Check out our videos on huli chicken, Kalua pig, and more. This is Eat and Be Eaten Hawaii. Aloha! Poke has exploded globally in popularity in recent years, mostly in the form of poke bowls. You can now find poke bars as far away as New York City and London. Like ceviche in Latin America or kinilaw in the Philippines, poke consists of raw fish cut into pieces and steeped in a marinade. In fact, the word poke is a verb, meaning to slice or cut into pieces. So you can poke whole fish like ahi, ono, aku, or you can also make poke with shellfish, crab, squid. In Hawaii, the basic construction is simple. The main ingredient is the protein, that's the fish or shellfish, and you can even use king ali'i mushrooms as the protein if you want. Next up is the sauce or marinade. Shoyu and garlic shoyu are some of the most popular. Also, spicy mayo is common. Then there's the add-ins like ogo seaweed, onions, edamame. And finally, there's the poke toppings. That's stuff like scallions, sesame seeds, maybe furikake, and you can also buy mixes in the store. We got the opportunity to go on a boat leaving from Honokaha Harbor on the Kona side, so we took it. We're going to spend 6 hours trolling off the coast, hoping to catch ahi, mahi-mahi, ono, or marlin. And then we got this heavy duty, if we catch anything. Someone will get in the chair and battle the fish.
So, this hand plays a big role. I tell you, put that palm right there. One is because we're fighting the fish, we get in the trough, and we're rocking. Take that hand and push down a little bit. So you feel that snugs up around your waist right there? Oh yeah, yeah. Now it's nice and firm, not all rocky. Right. Also, if we're fighting the fish, heavy drag, we pull hook or break line, it's going to come back to you. It's going to be like that. So your hand's protecting you, stabilizing the rod, and it's going to guide all this line. So it's real fast, guide slow. You want to go nice and slow. If you go too fast, you make X's. Sometimes whenever the line fish goes back out, the X's will catch each other and pop. So it's called stacking the line. Nice and smooth. If you don't stack your line and you reel, we call it a high center. It'll just rise up and it'll claw, right here on this bar. So you actually have to pilot it back and forth and get a good stack. Okay. Stop, and back. Right.
The depth falls off pretty quickly around the islands, so soon we're at 7,000 feet. In addition to the fish or other seafood, a Hawaiian-style poke has limu, or seaweed, as well as sea salt and a topping that we'll get to in a bit.
Okay, so Hannah and I came down here north of Mahukona, and we're looking for some limu seaweed. And also we found, right there, all along the rocks, there's opihi, which are little mollusks. And these guys are popular to make poke out of as well. You just pry them off the rock.
In there, it's so cute.
Oh, cute.
A miniature mana. Little tentacles right there. He's reaching out with them.
Here I'm getting some limu from the rocks to add into our poke. And that brings us to the final topping for an authentic traditional Hawaiian style poke, and that is a roasted nut relish called inamona. Inamona is made from nuts of the kukui tree, which is also called candle nut. And that's because the nuts are very fatty and would be dried and lit on fire and used as candles. The kukui tree itself is what's known as a canoe plant because it was brought over on the voyage in canoe by the Hawaiians when they first came from Polynesia. The entire process takes about 2 months, so let's go through it. First, you gotta pick the nuts, wait until the husks blacken and fall off the tree, then you pick them from the ground, discarp the papery endocarp, and you're left with the shell. You're going to dry these on racks for about 2 months. But first, you want to fill a bucket of water and take the floaters out. Those are no good. Once you've gotten rid of those, you spread them on your drying racks. 4 to 8 weeks, they are going to be on there. At this stage, it's time to move over to the grill. You're going to roast the nuts shell on for 90 minutes or an hour and a half at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Flip the nuts halfway through so they don't burn on the grill. Then with a nutcracker, crack the nuts. The hard shells are going to explode right off it, and the meat inside is actually patterned like a kukui leaf. At this point, they have a warm, nutty, lovely aroma, and they're ready for the final stage of making inamona. If you click the link in the upper right corner, it will take you to a playlist of popular Hawaii recipes. Can we perfect a homemade recipe? Just like this video. The last one we did was Kalua pig, and that was a lot of fun. So what we had to do was make our own imu to roast the pig in. And we dug out the emu. We hunted pigs, although in the emu we just used pork that was not hunted. And then we went through the whole process using tea leaf to make the emu. And anyway, so we take you through the entire process. We also did one for huli chicken. We've got more coming out. And if you enjoy these, you can like and subscribe and join the channel. And let's get back to inamona. Sea salt is the final main ingredient in a Hawaiian style poke, and you need it to make inamona as well. The crystals in the salt grind down and mingle with the oils in the nut meat. Here are the salt pans, or poho pa'akai, at Kalaimano, close to where we set off for our fishing trip. For many generations, the crystals here have been harvested in natural and man-made basins, and today the area is a cultural and marine reserve. The goal is to crush the nuts and the salt together to release the natural oils. You can also add some dried seaweed for flavor. And the result is a nutty relish that you can sprinkle on the top of your finished product, which is poke, which is a masterpiece. Back on the boat after 6 hours of trolling, we came up empty-handed. The currents had moved out toward Maui and the channel lately, and it didn't work out. But it was still a lot of fun to be out there, and we learned a whole lot about how to make an authentic Hawaiian style poke. We had a lot of fun out on the ocean making this video, so if you liked this and you want to see more videos of ours like this, you can check out our channel. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment and all that, and we'll see you on the next one. Aloha!